get to it, man. So Sean Desai pulls himself out the Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator search, man. What does it mean for the Vikings, right? Is it cause for concern? Could be. The Vikings at this point don't have many more options, right? You got Ejiro Evero, Brian Flores, but they're both possible head coach candidates, right? So if neither one of them is available, Sean Desai just pulled himself out the race. Who's left? Mike Pettin, is that it? They haven't interviewed anyone else, man. It's getting thin. The options are getting very thin, right? Heavy, yeah. The options are getting very thin, heavy. That's all I'm saying. Is it cause for concern? Now we know how imperative this is, how important it is for the Vikings to get this right? No doubt. Very imperative that the Vikings pick the right defensive coordinator. But Sean Desai pulled himself out, allegedly. Vic Fangio put his nose in the business. Heavy. Hey, Vic Fangio, respect, big dog. You are a legend as far as coordinators go. But get out of Vikings business, man. Period, man. So I guess he told Sean Desai to go for the Broncos job instead of the Vikings job. Man, it is what it is. Is it more appeasing, the Broncos position? You know, sometimes that's what happens when you wait, man. Sean Desai is a guy who the Vikings interviewed last year. They went with Ed Donatel, see what happened. Now they interviewed him again. Now they're making him wait once again. Everybody won't wait, man. Everybody's not gonna wait heavy. They turned him down last year. They're making him wait again, so he probably feels disrespected. He probably feels a way about the situation, right? Guys aren't gonna wait forever, man, to get a position. There's other opportunities out there. All these coaches, these candidates, final candidates the Vikings have, they all have options, man. Yeah, they all have options, man. It is what it is. But Sean Desai pulls himself out of the race, makes things more interesting now, man. Heavy. Yeah, things can get very interesting now. Especially if Brian Flores and Ejiro Evero, get other jobs, or Evero could stay with the Broncos. So the Broncos have options too. They're going to interview Sean Desai. Also, Evero could stay right there. You serious, bro? Drive your car, bro. People cannot drive, bro. You're headed to work to get it in, man. Let's get it. Want to come holler at the big dogs, man. But how you feel about Sean Desai pulling himself out the race? Like I said, this could go a lot of ways, man. Heavy. A lot of ways. A lot of different ways it could go. But if Brian Flores goes elsewhere, the Cardinals, potentially, then Ejiro goes a different route, who are the Vikings left with? Mike Pettin? Is Mike Pettin really the guy they want? Really the defensive coordinator they want to go with, man? Me as a fan, my opinion, I don't like that. I would much rather see Brian Flores or Ejiro Evero in the building, heavy. Those are my top two picks. But things are getting slim now, man. Yeah, the time is ticking. The clock is ticking. The Vikings have to make a decision. They're losing options. Now, if they're forced to go with Mike Pettin, is it the end of the world? No, but like I said, I would much rather see Brian Flores or Ejiro Evero in the mix, man. You know, younger guys just feel like they bring more to the table, man. Like, Mike Pettin was around last year. He was under O'Connell, assistant to O'Connell. You know, if they were going to go that route, they should have did it last year. See how he would do. I just don't believe in Mike Pettin like that, man. I think the best candidates are Flores or Evero, period. But now it's getting to crunch time. Sean Desai was a good candidate as well, but he's out of the equation. Thanks to Vic Fangio. Thanks a lot, Vic. Heavy, man. It's part of the game, part of the business, though. But the Vikings have decisions to make. Yeah, the Vikings have decisions to make, man. Heavy. One of the biggest hirings this offseason, dog. How will the Vikings adapt? Like I said, you can't sit around and expect guys to wait, man. Expect good coaches, talented coaches who bring something to the table. You can't expect them to sit around and wait for a position, especially after being turned down last year. Then you interview the guy again, then he has to wait again. Come on, man. Guys have options. Sean Desai has options, right? So it is what it is. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they can get Flores or Evero, man, one of the two. But if they're forced to hire Mike Pettin just because there's no one else available, woo, I don't know how that will pan out. Don't know how it will play out. Like I said, Mike Pettin, I just don't believe in him like that. You know what I mean? I just don't believe in Mike Pettin like that. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments, man. But if the Vikings are forced to go with Mike Pettin because of the situation, they have no other options, it could be a bad situation for the Vikings, heavy, man, period. It could be a bad situation for the Vikings, heavy. Make sure you in the chat, like it up, man, period, heavy. Yeah, but it could be a bad situation for the Vikings if they're forced to go with Mike Pettin just because there's no other options, right? Never want to be forced to do something, man, period, heavy. You never want to be forced into a situation. Dig me? But it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on the situation, man. How do you feel about it? Like Mike Pettin is the guy or what? Me personally, I don't. But Sean Desai no longer in the race. What are the next options, man? Kind of dependent on Brian Flores. Hopefully he stays available. Man, no parking spots today? Come on, man. Heavy, man. Come on, man. But yeah, big decision for the Vikings, man. Period. Sean Desai pulls himself out the race. He wants the Broncos position. You know, he wants the Broncos job, right? He wants the Broncos position, man. This is part of the process, part of the NFL, part of the business. Once again, man, all these guys have options. So are you surprised that Sean Desai pulled himself out? How long can a guy wait? How long can a guy wait for a team? To just tag him along? You dig me? Just tag him along? He's not going to do that, man. He's a talented coach, period. So, with that being said, man, I'm finna get up in here and get to it. Wanted to come do a live, man. It's crunch time for the Vikings now. Defensive coordinator, man. It's crunch time for the Vikings. What will they do? Which direction will they go? Will they be left with no other option besides Mike Pettin? Yeah, will they be left with no other options besides Mike Pettin? Christopher Velez. Hey, facts. Hey, it's OMG Skull. What they gonna do, man? Because they're getting down to the nitty gritty, and pretty soon it's only gonna be one guy left by force, Mike Pettin. I don't believe in him like that. Hey, let me know your thoughts, your opinions once again, man. About to get in here to work to go get it, man. Let's get to it. Shout out my big dogs, my subscribers, my supporters. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Feedback is much appreciated. Big skull head. Oh, me. Oh, me. I ain't got no picture, hear me? Skull like that. Heavy.